Sorry, what I had to do was blow my nose, so I didn't want you guys to see that.
Gary. We are on. So let's see. Rhoda. Elmer. Henry. Mark. John. Levi. Gary. Henry? How come it's blank?
He's probably sitting in a dark car or a dark room.
Henry. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's a scammer. You guys ready to rock?
Okay. I think they're...
Hello, Dad. Ay, dito ka? Dito ka? May busy tayo with Kawika. Ah, okay.
Levi?
Ah, sige, sige. Okay, thank you. Set up in the school.
June is setting it up right now. Jan and Levi Mariano. Their investment license, Kawika.
Okay.
Jan and Levi Mariano. They're coming in right now. There you go.
So do you want me to focus more on the Choice Plus then?
Yeah, we have.
I'm asking you, Eric, what do you want me to focus on?
Choice Plus.
The variable?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because we have Arlene, investment license, Jan Levi, investment license, and shortly Gary will be in, also investment license.
But here's a question. Which one will they be able to drive more business to?
Both. Because we have combination of non-license and investment license.
Okay. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Got it. You guys ready to rock?
Okay. All right, just go ahead.
Perfect, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate Eric putting this together. By the way, where's Cecile? She on? No? You guys just had a big contract come through, 212,000, which is awesome. Congratulate her on her success. That's going to be, she's a regional leader, right, Eric?
Yeah.
So for every 100,000, should be $2,000. So that's about $4,000 of income she'll get.
$4,600. $4,600.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Can't complain about that, right?
Yes.
That ain't bad. For part-time income? Come on. Crazy.
Oh, Jen and Levi are on their investment
Okay.
license as well.
Okay. So my goal tonight is to kind of give you guys a sense of what we've got. Lincoln launched several annuities in your guys' system, okay? We actually have one for safety, which is Opti Choice. Okay, we've always had that there. It's there. We still have it. We're still crushing CDs with it. We're still giving clients a way better option than sitting in the banks. But tonight, our focus is actually going to be the two income drivers, which is Prime Income Optimizer and Choice Plus. Okay. Prime Income Optimizer is a fixed indexed annuity that gives your clients a guarantee that they're never going to get a negative statement, and they're going to get a built-in lifetime withdrawal guarantee. Prime Income Optimizer, you can tell your clients, you know what, Mr. Client, you're never going to get a negative statement, and we're still going to provide you a predictable, reliable income stream for your retirement. What are all the annuities for? What are they for? They're for income. They're for income. They're really for income. All the other stuff put aside, what they're for is for income. Why is it that it's so important that we provide that to our clients? When you think about it, you had several things happen between 2000 and now. So for the past 15 years, your clients have been dealing with this. They've been dealing with an emotional roller coaster of being in the markets. Your clients aren't getting pensions anymore. Instead, what's happening is their money's going to a 401k or a 403b. And they're having to invest it themselves. And then they buy it in 2000, and it tanks. And they spend the next 5 years trying to get it back to the top, and it tanks. And they spend the next 4 years trying to get it back to the top. For the past 15 years, you've seen one of the most volatile environments ever. And for some of your clients, it's important that there's something there for their retirement. How important is it that you have a predictable, reliable cash flow for your retirement? Right?
Very important.
Somewhat important. I mean, kind of all roads lead to income, right? I mean, if you think about it, you go to Starbucks, you get a cup of coffee, does that cost you money?
Yeah.
Right? Unless you own the Starbucks, you ain't getting it for free. All roads lead to income. And when people are responsible for their own retirement plans, how important is it that they have a steady, predictable income for their retirement? See, you used to have 3 legs to the retirement stool, right? Three legs of income to the retirement stool, which was Social Security, pensions, and personal savings. Social Security, pensions, personal savings. Social Security. You ever get your Social Security statement in the mail and read it? Right? Anybody read their Social Security statement? You know what it says on the front? Top right side, there's a paragraph that says, right there, it says, by 2034, the Social Security Administration will not have enough money to pay out every dollar that they're supposed to owe you. Right? By the time some of us retire, it's just going to be social. It's not even going to be Social Security. Then you have pensions. Pensions are going away. You guys have a great example of it right there in Stockton, California. Right? What happened to the people, the city employees that were expecting to retire on their pension? Right? They went bankrupt. City went bankrupt and there's no pension. Oops. Right? Think about the city of Detroit. Think about Boeing right now. I'm here in Washington, and the big news around here, like when you turn on the radio, it's all about Boeing. The company that makes the 777, right? Makes big airplanes. Huge industry out here. You know what they're doing? They're negotiating with the pensions to try to reduce the obligation for their current contract. And what they'd actually like to do is take the pension and convert it into a 401k. So now you get all these employees that were expecting to get a pension, now they get a 401k, and they've got to make all the right moves and invest it all themselves. How important is it that you have a steady, predictable income for your retirement? Pretty important, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so personal savings. How much have you saved for your own retirement? And I'm not talking about those investment insurance policies that some garbage policy that you got sold, right? Some whole life policy, right? Like, what have you actually saved? So what we're finding out is people are undersaved for retirement, and that's where Prime Income Optimizer comes in. That's where Choice Plus comes in. This is actually a presentation you can use for either Choice Plus or Prime Income Optimizer. Okay. This is something another team actually put together. What they would do is they would actually have, what do the annuities give you? The annuities give you 3 guarantees: protection, income, and growth. Protection, income, and growth. I call them the PIG guarantees, right? Mm-hmm. Protection, income, and growth. Protection of your money, income for life, and if you're going to wait to take that income, growth of your income base. So, Mr. Jones, I was just speaking with my upline about a way to protect your retirement money, make it last for your retirement. I thought it was such a good idea. I might have him sit down with a few of my very best clients, but I thought about you first. At the very least, we'll have a great conversation. You've heard about it from me first, okay? Is that fair? Mm-hmm. Is there anything you can't get out of Thursday at 6? Mm-hmm. Right? And when he takes Eric to the table, our client's going to give Eric a glass of water and go, okay, what do you got? And Eric's going to turn and go, you know what? I don't even know if you need what we got. Here's what I do know. 50% of Americans who are currently retired were forced into retirement because they got sick, they got hurt, or they got laid off. They got sick, they got hurt, or they got laid off. If you were forced into retirement tomorrow, how comfortable would you be? Most people, not very, right? Mm-hmm. Actually, it doesn't really matter what they say. You can now go, okay, well, tell me about that. You see, retirement is simple. It's about matching income to expenses. So tell me about your expenses first. And you can build a list of all the expenses. Wow, Mr. Klein, you got $4,000 in monthly expenses? Mm-hmm. Wow, what's going to produce the income to cover that? Hey, Eric, play along with you here. Social Security, how much are you going to get in Social Security?
0.
Right? Well, some people get, the average American gets $1,200. You know what's scarier? Mm-hmm. 1/3 of all Americans end up dependent on just solely on Social Security for their retirement income. Pension. Do you have a pension at work?
No, got 401k.
401k, right? How much is in that 401k?
100,000.
100,000? Okay, perfect. What about anything else you saved? Bank accounts, CDs, what else you got?
No, 0.
What's going to help fund that $4,000 a month?
No personal savings, 0.
So So then let's talk about that 401k. How do we max this out, right? Well, what we try to use is something that puts some guarantees on. We try to put something with some guarantees on it. Like a 401k has no guarantees. But we use something called Prime Income Optimizer. It gives you a 100% protection guarantee, an income guarantee, and a growth guarantee. Right? 100% protection of your money. You can't go backwards. A lifetime income, so you know you don't have to worry about running out of money. And if you're going to wait to take the income, we're going to grow your income base for 15 years by 4, 5, and 6%. Now, I just spit out a lot of numbers, right, Eric?
Mm-hmm.
So here's what it means for you. If you're 50 years old today, and you got $100,000 sitting in that 401k, we can take that, put it away, protect it, and when you're 65, you have an income base that's double. 15 years of guaranteed growth, 4, 5, and 6%. This is our worst case scenario. And when you retire, we're going to let you take out 5.75% as a guaranteed withdrawal for life. So if you stick to a 5.75% withdrawal of $208,000 there, that's $1,000 of monthly income guaranteed for the rest of your life. You put in $100,000 today, and we're going to guarantee $1,000 of monthly income for the rest of your life. You're not annuitizing this, so you're not giving up control of the money. You're not giving up the death benefit. All you're saying is, I want something that's going to give me a guarantee. Right? Mm-hmm. If we could protect some of your money so that you can retire and you can stay retired, how much do you want to protect?
Everything.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, we believe in 3 fundamental accounts. An emergency account, a short-term account, and a long-term account. You got to have that emergency account because I just never know when the car is going to break down, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about, saving for your trip to Hawaii or your kitchen remodel or maybe car maintenance, right? That's all stuff you can plan for. Put that into a short-term account. The long-term account is for your retirement. That's where the annuities will live. That's where Prime Income Optimizer is going to live. It'll be part of a nice diversified plan. Why don't we just build out this whole thing for you? And and that way you have all this ready to go. Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
So go do me a favor. Go grab me all your statements. We'll start building this out for you.
Okay.
Right? That is as easy as it is. Prime Income Optimizer, you guys could absolutely crush it with just by doing that. Find the money. But the key is you guys gotta go talk to people. It's super important that people have a steady, predictable income for their retirement. Super important. Okay. So, hang on here. Let me pull this back up. The last thing for tonight is Choice Plus. Choice Plus is our variable annuity. Okay? I'm going to go through it really fast. Choice Plus is our variable annuity. It gives you growth potential with the market. Your account value will grow or fall based on the performance of the market. But you get a 5% guarantee of growth on your income base. And a 5% lifetime withdrawal guarantee. I'm going to go through this super fast. But here's a cheat sheet for the variable annuity. You have something called Choice Plus, which is the base model. Choice Plus is the variable annuity. It's like taking your mutual funds and wrapping them in a variable annuity wrapper. That wrapper gives it tax-deferred growth and you can move from fund family to fund family without any front end load. And you do that with a guarantee of principal death benefit. So if I put in $100,000 today, and the market tanks and I die, my family's still getting every penny I put in. Oops, here. There's a living benefit called LINC 2.0. LINC 2.0 is where we get our 5% growth guarantee and a 5% lifetime withdrawal. This is going to look like and feel like, hey, Cecile, here's my winner right there. 212,000, you guys. She just dropped it. Killing it over there. I love it. You're going to make a nice little paycheck this month.
Cecil?
So, 5% growth, 5% lifetime withdrawal. That's what that's for. Okay? It's for the steady, predictable income. Worst case scenario, right? You get 5% growth of your income base, 5% lifetime withdrawal. There's another income rider called I for Life that we're not going to touch tonight. But I for Life is a second living benefit. It's for withdrawal only. But I for Life is wicked. Anytime somebody complains about the income that we produce, we'll go, great, let's switch to I for Life. And now you get a bigger income. It's actually really cool. You also have the same death benefits as you guys have always had in the Met contracts. A guarantee of principal death benefit that's already included. A step-up death benefit that locks in my highest account value on an anniversary as the death benefit for my family. So I put in $100,000 today. Next year it's $200,000. And in the second year or the third year, when I died, it was actually only $100,000 in there. The market tanked. My family gets the highest point that we locked in, which was $200,000. It's a step-up death benefit. There's another benefit called estate enhancement, which enhances your gains by 40%. Oops, that's a terrible line. Estate enhancement, which enhances your gains by 40%. I put in $100,000, and when I die, if the value is $200,000, that's $100,000 a gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 40% of those gains is $40,000. My family gets an extra $40,000 added to the death benefit.
Mm.
Okay. So that's those are all things that can help out with the client. But that's your cheat sheet for the variable annuity. I think of this more like a menu, right? Here's your dinner. Here's your dinner. Here's your sides. And here's dessert. Some people order from the left side of the menu with the benefits. Some people will order from the right side of the menu. Yeah? But always know what it's for. It's for steady, predictable income for your retirement. That's the main key of what we do. Right? Good so far?
Yeah.
You guys are quiet tonight. Levi, you quiet.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Mark, you're quiet too over there. Hang on. So, what do we do with the contracts here? Hang on here. Boom. This is a hypo. Just an example of what we do. 50-year-old client starts to 200,000, rolls over. This is the sales client right now, right? We just dropped 200,000. Right? Think about it this way. If we were trying to get to the tallest part of a building, right? Tallest point in a building, up to the roof. And we had two different elevators we could take. Elevator 1 and elevator 2. Elevator 1 is what everybody takes. It goes both up and down. Problem is, with elevator 1, you get in, the doors close, you press the button, and there's only one button. You don't know which way it's going to go. That's what people have felt in the markets over the past 15 years. Elevator 2 is special. See, what elevator 2 does is it looks at elevator 1 first. And it says, if elevator 1 goes up, I like that, I'm going to match it. If elevator 1 goes down, I don't like that at all. I'm just going to keep going up by 5%. And when you calculate your retirement cash flow, we're doing it off elevator 2. Here's a client that goes 15 years, gets their guarantee of growth of 5%, and it takes an income of 5%, takes their withdrawals, 5% of their now $657,000 income base. That income is guaranteed for life and can never go down. Even if they ran out of money in their account because those withdrawals are very big, Lincoln is now on the hook to keep paying that client $32,867 for the rest of their life. Go on and live to be 100, 115, 120. We're on the hook to keep paying you. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes. So, if we can protect some of your money so that when you retire, you just stay retired, how much do you want to protect?
Everything.
Well, gotta have 3 fundamental accounts, so why don't we just set up all those 3 for you? Right? And this can be a part of that diversified portfolio, but it won't be 100% of it. Sound good?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. That's as far as I want to go tonight. But what we have is a really tremendous product, you guys. Really tremendous product. I'm going to open it up for questions for the last 5 minutes. What questions do you guys have?
Kawika, there is this one client. She asked question about fees. So how does that? How does the fees work for account value? We have the income base and the account value. And let's say they break the contract. Let's say 5 years later they break the contract. So how much is the account value right now? Is this without fees or fees already included? On the
This shows it with the fees included.
Oh, with the fees included?
Yeah.
Okay. So is
The guaranteed growth of your income base and the guaranteed income are net of fees. Okay? This over here, the account value, this is your walkaway value. If you want to walk away from the contract, you take what's there in the account value. But if you're going to use it for income, we're always going to use the income base as your income number.
Oh, so the account value already includes the fees.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's the question of my client because she thought, let's say, first year, second year. Let me show it to you. This is first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Let's say on the fifth year it's 275, 485. The question is, if I broke this contract, how much will I get? Of course, 265, right?
Yeah, the 265, which is your surrender value.
Okay, now let's say on the 10th year, which is 392, 766. If I break the contract, how much will I get? Oh, so this one includes this is already includes the fees because the 392 is the same as the 392, 766 in here.
The only
Okay.
thing, the first 7 years, it's a 7-year surrender
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
That's the only, if you look at the 8th year, which is 417,
Uh-huh.
there's no surrender charge.
Yeah, the
So
417.
they match.
Yeah, okay. All right. So 417.
You're late, Gary. You're late. Or Gary, you're late.
This is Kavika,
Sorry,
Gary. He's our expert on Lincoln. Okay, so on the 8th year, which is 417, the surrender value, if the client breaks the contract, now he can withdraw 417. And this is already included the fees, everything. Okay,
Everything.
that's good.
What else, guys?
How stable is the company? It's like it sounds too good to be true.
I get that. You know, it's an okay company. It's only been around for 100 years, right? The best way I can show this to you guys, let me share this, is to actually give you, where's my ratings? Because nobody believes me when I tell them this.
So you mean, Kavika, you're giving us a floor of 5%, and then if the economy is up, then I can get the highest account value at the time. So it's like it sounds too good to be true, you know?
I know, you know, and you got to remember two things. You always got to look at what company is going to make these guarantees, right? So I encourage everybody to look at who we are, right? Because if you actually look at our ratings, these are the ratings from AM Best, Fitch, Moody's, Standard & Poor's. They're actually on our website, right? If you don't trust us, trust them, right? And read their ratings. And what you're going to find out is that Lincoln has, for every dollar you put into a Lincoln contract, with $5 of risk-based capital. Let me put it differently. How big is your emergency fund? 3 months, 6 months, a year? What is it? Ours is supposed to last decades, right? So we plan for the worst case scenario. What if China goes into recession, U.S. goes back into recession, unemployment skyrockets, Europe goes into a full-blown debt crisis, all at the same time, okay? What does it take for us to survive a decade of that? Well, if that's what we have to survive, we got enough to do it. And where's the money now? At the bank? Okay.
It's FDIC insured.
How much does the FDIC have to insure each penny that you have in there, or each dollar you have in there?
They said it's 250,000.
No. For every dollar that you have in the bank, how much does the FDIC have to back up your money?
100%? No?
Try a nickel. For every dollar you have in the bank, they have about a nickel of money to pay you back.
Oh, it's only 10%?
You also get a period of 10 years to pay you back.
Oh, really?
So, 2 layers of insurance here. First, you have Lincoln, which I'm showing you here. Second layer of insurance is that we pay into the insurance pool for the state of California. So if we don't do our job, we've already paid into another insurance pool for the state of California, and they will step in to take on our obligations.
Mark Sambong.
That make sense?
Yeah.
Good stuff, you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. What other questions can I answer? I'm going to close it out soon because I'm going to get back on the road.
Do you guys have any
I'm sitting
questions?
in a car.
Do you have more questions? Kawika, I want to see the performance because the other companies, they said that they have a better performance. So I want to see your performance on your Choice Plus.
You want performance numbers?
Yeah,
oh, you
performance.
You want me to show them what I showed you, right?
Yeah.
I just showed you our performance.
Because these people, they used to sell Prime Elite 4, and they know the performance of Prime Elite 4. So, especially Jen and Levi, they are big Prime Elite 4 sellers. So, they want to make sure that the performance is better.
Performance is good. Performance is good. It's good stuff. Hang on. Where did I put my stuff? I'm going to put this performance thing to bed. You don't like what we got. what we start with. This is what we start with. Because I believe that the mutual funds you put into this thing are the horses, right? The horses that pull the cart. You need good horses. So we start by looking for the most consistent performers on a 1, 3, and 5 year number. Now this isn't updated. This is my own sheet. This is not updated for the past couple months. Okay, and for the past month or so. So the numbers have gotten better. But these are the funds inside of it. You want what we look for is how do we get the best coverage from the most consistent performing mutual funds in the industry. 1, 3, and 5 year rolling numbers. So we're looking for consistency. BlackRock Equity Dividend, Columbia Small Mid Cap, your JP Morgan Mid Cap Value. These are all funds that I used to hate because I used to come up against them when I was working at Invesco. And we'd always lose to them. But I love them now because they're on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nobody.
So
Performance is
Kavika, for example, the Templeton here is 28%, right? It's 28%,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And then let's say if it goes negative, Choice Plus will give us 5%, right?
5%.
And then if it goes 28%, then we get 28%, right?
Right.
Okay, good. So we have 28%, 21%, 20%, 15, 24, 24, 27, 34%. It looks like we have a better performance in here.
We're doing okay. We're doing okay.
That's good.
And you know, it's important to have a diversified portfolio, even inside the variable annuity. But yeah, you can we don't play around when it comes to who we put the money with. If you're not using the living benefits, if you're not using LINC 2.0, if you're not using the 5% guarantee, you actually have a 77 fund lineup you can choose from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's very, very little reason. When people talk to me about the performance, I go, "Are you kidding? Man, we knock it out. We'll knock it out." Oh, and you know what you get, Eric? You get these guys that are like, "I'm happy with where it's at." Right? Oh, my 401k, I'm doing so good. It's doing so good. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Got a question for you. When was the last time you drove down the highway staring in your rearview mirror?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if you do that, right, you're not watching what's in front of you. You're just watching what's behind you. It's done well because it's supposed to do well. The market's up. Everybody's up. But what I know is that we've been up for 2 years straight. 2 years straight, double-digit growth in the S&P 500. 2 years straight. When was the last time, Eric, that happened? I'll give you a hint. It was when Star Wars came out. 1975, 1976. Right? 75, 76 is the last time you had 2 years of double-digit growth in the S&P 500. And every time you've had double-digit growth 2 years in a row, you have a third year, which is a correction. I'm not saying it's going to be a huge correction. I'm not saying the market's going to crash. I'm just saying we've run. Now it's time. If you could go back to 2000 and lock in that growth you had, how fast would you do it? If you go back to 2007 before the financial crisis and lock in that growth and just guarantee growth from there, how fast would you do that? So now we're hitting market highs again. Why aren't we locking it in? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense to me. When people go, "Oh, I'm doing so good where I'm at." You're crazy. How long do you want to work?
Mm-hmm.
But you get that sometimes, I don't know. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else? What other questions can I answer?
So on the income base, do you guys charge fees on the income base?
No, it's net. No, never. The 5% growth, 5% income, that's always net of expenses.
So the fees don't kick in the income base, right?
Never. You'll never feel it. If you're using it for income, you'll never feel it.
Okay. How about if you break the contract?
Yeah, then you feel it.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the questions? I mean, you guys are so quiet. What's up?
So, Kawika, the fees, let's say the fees range between 3 to 3.5, right?
No. Lower.
Oh. It's like 2.5 to 3%?
And this is the last question because then I gotta get going.
Uh-huh.
1.3% plus, let's say you do the joint 1.25, that's 2.25. Let's say you add the step up, right? Or 2.55. Say you add the step up death benefit, which is, it's common for that combination right now, there. Now you're looking at 2.55, 2.8.
Wow. It's less than 3%.
Yeah. It's less than MetLife, you guys.
Wow.
Lower cost, better guarantees, and more flexibility.
So it's like 2.8%. Not much.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, you guys.
Okay.
That's it for me because I got to get back on the road. I got to get back to Portland. Still an hour away.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kavika.
Hey, you guys. Let's knock it out.
Yeah.
Looking forward to working with you guys. If you want to keep doing this every once in a while, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm totally open to doing this with your team anytime you guys want to do it. If you guys have more questions, if you guys have any concerns, or if you have that case that we need to be working on in the next 20 to 60 days, you guys call me, please, or talk to Eric and let's get that going, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I recorded this so I can show this to you later on.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.